way. Take you right off the West Coast here.
Well, hello kids. Well, off to another camping trip to my happy place. This is for 4 nights, 5 days. I've got to go to the storage unit, got to pick up the rest of my camping equipment, then I've got to go and do a little bit of shopping. Today there's severe thunder warnings. It's going to be crack up. So if I get blown away, I suppose this will be my last will and testament. Anyway, yeah, severe storms coming. So I'm going to leave early so I can get the tent up. So I'll be back soon. But as I'm driving now, I mean, it's cloudy, but doesn't look bad. Apparently they're going to come through about 2 o'clock. I checked the radar. There's nothing there at the moment, but you know that'll change. Melbourne's going to get hit big time. So is the Blue Mountains. So I don't know how much we'll get hit. But this is the second largest tent I have, the cabin tent, and I use it in Brunswick Head, so it's only been used once. It's still brand new. So let's see, with severe winds and severe rain, let's see how it holds up. I could be sleeping in the car tonight, who knows if everything blows away. Oh God. The tent's set up, everything's set up, just having something to eat. The wind is coming up, it's actually really windy. Said the storm's supposed to come through at 2 o'clock, right through to 8, but no sign of them yet. The sun keeps on coming out, but that wind, that's pretty awesome. But anyway, let's see what happens. So here we are. Beautiful sunny warm day. I've got the second largest tent that I own. I brought this one along. I've got a little awning out the front, which is great. Nice little sitting area where I can sit there and read, have a coffee, enjoy a glass of wine. This tent is called the Outroamer. As you can see there, Outroamer. So it's got one big large door at the front. There, and it's got 2 side doors, which come in really handy. I'm actually using the side door now. You have to duck down a bit, but you can actually stand up in this tent. So when you walk in, there we go, there's my kitchen. How's that? Hey, I've got everything there, toaster, little fireplace there. At night it gets a bit cold. This is the best little fridge I've ever invested in. It's got a little freezer up there. And it fits, literally, on my car seat. So I've got a cooker. Yeah, so it's all set up quite nice. Kitchen table. And then the boudoir. I've got a queen size bed. You're going to love this. Little bedside table. Of course you need one of them. It's got a bed head. I've noticed going camping, no matter what mattress you take, your pillows slip down the back. And Kmart sells one with a bed head for $105. Best thing I ever invested in. Well, here I am down near the river. River's up really high. In a singlet, it's not cold. Really strange. No storms, nothing. Blowing over. Really disappointed. I want storms. I want thunder. I want lightning. I want my tent to blow away. Let me just say that storm yesterday afternoon, late last night, was a fizzer. I only took a little bit of footage of it, and this is it. Anyway, it was like thunder, I think a little bit of lightning, rain for about 20 minutes. That was about it. And I went to bed and went to sleep. Those who live in Australia or don't live in Australia, because some people who live in Australia, some of my friends don't even know about the Victoria-New South Wales border. They have no idea that it's a river that defines the two states. So I'm going to show you a map of Australia and then a close-up of Victoria and New South Wales. So it's the only river in the whole of Australia that separates one state from another. So that river behind me there, I'm actually in New South Wales, but if I cross that river there, I'd be in Victoria. So currently I live in Victoria, but I cross the bridge every day to go to work because I work in New South Wales. So there you go. There's a bit of geometry. So anyway, it's so peaceful. My happy place is so peaceful here. I think I'm the only camper. There's no one else around. There's been a couple of workers working on a building. That's about it. Some of my friends just don't get it. They go, oh, it'd be too scary at night. I love it. I love to be in solitary. I just love being by myself in my own company and just take little tiny steps every day to have a coffee in the morning, breakfast, to have a shower, and then plan of what I'm going to do that day, which ends up being really nothing. I don't want to do anything. There is some places to go, which I will do in another video, but yeah, I mean, as you can see, it is so peaceful at the moment. It is, I think, 3:30 in the afternoon. The sun will set at about 5:30, and I'll light a fire, have a glass of wine, and I just embrace the darkness. Oh, by the way, after the storm last night, I got up at about 3 o'clock to go to the bathroom, and you should have seen the stars. The storm had gone, the clouds had gone. Not that there was much of a storm, but I've forgotten what the stars look. I've forgotten actually to have a pee. I stood there just staring up at the sky going, oh my God, I remember this when I was young, when I was a child, looking up. Sometimes we'd sleep outside on an airbed, and I'd remember just watching the sun. And because there's no lights, you know, from a city, or the sky is just full of, and I remember being a child and we could see satellites going over. It was incredible, and falling stars. And so I just stood there looking up, and then I realised I better go to the bathroom, I'm going to pee my pants. It was mesmerising. It's just mesmerising. So I have no idea what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. I think it's just going to be dip and cheese and crackers and a glass of wine. That's just all I feel like doing. It's I just can't explain how happy I am in this place and how peaceful I am. And coming back, I always thought there was a big fish in the water, by the way. Just jumped out. And coming back, I was a bit scared of, like, it's changed. You know, Greg, everything's changed. My parents are now deceased. My uncles and aunties are deceased. We all used to be here. A lot of friends and relatives, my cousins and that. One of my cousins actually got a permanent caravan here. I thought to myself, it's changed, Greg. So are you going to be happy? Is this the right decision? Because, you know, moving to the Gold Coast and living there for 40 years was a very big step for me when I was, I think, 21, 22. And then coming home, which I call this home. We lived in Melbourne, but this is home. It has changed. Physically, it's changed. You know, physically it's changed. But, hang on. I'm going to try and move that because the sun's that's it. The sun's going down. But actually, you know what? I'm going to move over here. Oh, it's back. Hang on. I'll move over here so you can get a different shot. Here we go. Still see a bit. So yeah, coming back, it's changed. Yes, it's a little bit more commercialised. The little country town where Mum and Dad had their house hasn't changed. It really hasn't changed. That was in my last video. This place has changed. It's like 6 kilometres or 7 kilometres outside of the little town where Mum and Dad had their house. But there's more cabins, but the atmosphere hasn't changed. The smell. And that's what, every time I talk to my cousins, to friends who I grew up here with, who now live, you know, close by, they moved back here too. It's when they all say when they get out the car, this place has a distinctive smell and it just floods back. You go back to when you were 10. It's the sounds of the birds, you know, the cockatiels, the kookaburras. And then when you get out the car, it's a mixture of, you know, foliage, but gum tree smell and, you know, that faint eucalyptus. And it's just got a smell that everyone I spoke to said they flood back to when they were a child. So that's like embedded in our brains, which is amazing. And even though, you know, our parents and family were never rich, but we were so rich in other things. You know, we got to all be together so many times a year, the whole extended family, that a lot of families don't do. They don't do that in this day and age. And it's a shame because we took advantage of it being kids, but once I got into my 30s and 40s and I was living on the Gold Coast, I really missed it. And that's when I was thinking, you know, when you go back, Greg, it has all changed. You can't go back to that time. People have passed away. But the ghosts are still here. And that's what I said in one video, you know, I'm here with the ghosts of the future, ghosts of the present, and ghosts of the past. I'm camping where all my family, extended family, used to camp, and I can feel it. I can still feel them. You know, especially tonight when I light a fire, it's like everyone, I expect to turn around and just see their spirits standing there. But not many families get to do that, and it's a shame. So I employ people, find your happy place, find a place and just bring the whole family. We had fights, the families had fights. There was sometimes where an uncle wouldn't talk to another uncle, or an auntie was fighting with my mum or another auntie or whatever. But they got over it. You know, they got over it, and it only lasted for like a couple of hours. And then I remember my Auntie Alice would turn around and go, okay, drinks in my van, drinks in my tent, my annex, you know, and everyone forgot about what they were fighting over. So it made a very close bond, to the point now the uncles and aunties have gone, so all my cousins, second cousins and all that, we are all close. We are still in contact. And the friends that we made here that weren't our family, I consider them to be our family. And I still see one of them at least, who lives where I live. I am going to enjoy my cup of tea and just sit here near the river. I'm waiting for the kookaburras to laugh because it means it's coming to the end of the day, the sun's going down. And just enjoy this tranquil, beautiful place. And oh I could fall asleep here. I'm so relaxed. I could just fall. I'm in the back of Burke, you know. I'm in no man's land. And when you drive on the road coming to this place, I mean, it's just forest. It's so dense forest. Probably the best place where you can hide a body. The only thing I don't do now is we used to go shooting. I don't do that anymore. I can't kill a living thing anymore. I just can't hunt. I can't do it. It's me, and also I believe it's my religion. I just don't see the point. You know, back in the day when you hunted to feed your family, I got that. I really got that. But come on, I can walk into a supermarket. But yeah, that's the only thing I don't do. We used to go out a lot of nights and shoot with a spotlight. And we did that from when I was 10, 12. I think I shot my first shotgun when I was 12, 13. Yeah, but I can't kill a living thing anymore. So that's the only thing I don't do, which I'm very proud of. I'm trying to find content for this video because there was no storm. And I rang my sister in Melbourne and I'm going, I have no content. And she was just laughing and laughing. She went, well, it's really gone dark here. And I went, well, if I don't get a storm, I have no content. I'll have to make stuff. I have nothing for my YouTube. Nothing. Wasn't happy. I wasn't a happy camper. Pardon the pun. Anyway, see ya.
It's a long way down Holiday Road. Holiday Road. Holiday Road. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Take the ride on the West Coast here. Holiday Road.
So as you can see, it's so windy here. I'm sorry about the audio, it's probably really blowing. So, well, here's Mum and Dad. So, there you go. Oh, the flowers are still good. Hello, Mother. Hello, Father. Here I am at Camp Granada. Oh, this wind. Anyway, I came to pay my respects. You'll be happy to know that I'm camping down at your lovely river that you love so much. My last night here. So I thought I'd just have a bit of a visit, say hello to you both, miss you both, love you both. There's the fire. You probably can't see me, but hang on. Put my face in the fire. Ooh. Last night, always have to have a fire.
When the winter's alive, when the forces fall, will a silent you bring me home? When the winter's alive, when the forces form in me, I'll offset your tomb and pull you from the sea.